Breaking news. Ozekhome reveals what will happen in the southeast if Nigerian government releases Nnamdi Kanu. Ozekhome made this known on Monday while feeding questions from journalists minutes after Appeal Court reserved judgment in the federal government stay of execution application. The counsel to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Chief Mike Ozekhome San, has revealed what will happen if the federal government obeys Appeal Court order and releases Nnamdi Kanu. This is as he faulted the claims of the federal government that Kanu is a flight risk person. He said peace will return to the region if Kanu is released. Ozekhome made this known on Monday while feeding questions from journalists minutes after Appeal Court reserved judgment in the federal government stay of execution application. The federal government had, through its lawyer, Mr. David Kaswe, an assistant state counsel in the office of the Attorney General of the Federation, submitted that the respondent, Nnamdi Kanu, is a flight risk person. It is important to appreciate the gamut of disposition in our application. One of the grounds of our application is that this matter touches on national security of the state. We rely on the case of the federal government versus Dokubo, where the Supreme Court held that when national security is threatened or livelihood of it being threatened, the human rights take secondary place. Once there is a threat to national security, human rights of any individual can be suspended until such threat is taken care of. Once security of the nation is in jeopardy, the individual right may not even exist. However, in his response, Ozekhome availed that Kanu's release would bring peace and tranquility in the country. Given more reasons, Kanu should be released. The outspoken lawyer reviewed the health condition of his client, noting that Kanu is gravely ill and needs urgent medical attention. His words: Nnamdi Kanu is discharged, and discharged means you have no case against. There is no case against you. What a very responsible government should do is to let the young man go home, particularly as we have shown in our affidavit, evidence and documents that he is gravely ill. He has a heart condition, which a specialist doctor has said he needs an urgent surgery. They have not answered to these medical conditions. What they are doing when they see that potassium level is too high is to increase the dosage or decrease it. So they are using Nnamdi Kanu as a guinea pig, trial by error. So we responded that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will not bring unrest in the southeast. As a matter of fact, the release of Nnamdi Kanu will bring peace and tranquility, not only in the southeast but the entire country. I gave the court an example. When the court pronounced its judgment on the 13th of February, the entire southeast went wild with jubilation. They were eating, drinking, dining, and dancing on the street for about 5 days. There was jubilation from Owerri to Aba to Abia, Enugu, Ebonyi, Onitsha, etc. The Igbos are happy and they are looking forward to this judgment that once Nnamdi Kanu is released, there will be peace in the southeast. The 2023 election will come very well. I do not know who is advising this government. If I were the advisor, I would say, Mr. President, let my people go. Don't forget, any day they hold him further from the 13th October is illegal detention. We are already going to court with a fundamental right enforcing matter, so it is the release of Nnamdi Kanu that will bring about peace and tranquility, not detaining him, he said. Intelligence is not being applied on Nnamdi Kanu's case. Let peace return first. The federal government of Nigeria will do everything humanly possible to destroy Igbo nation, inasmuch as Muhammadu Buhari, Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, and their colonies are concerned. But God Almighty, who rules the affairs of mankind, is watching. The federal government should be more concerned about the killing of the innocent people in Nigeria and how to reduce the unemployment rate in Nigeria instead of being distracted about Nnamdi Kanu's case. They should release Nnamdi Kanu because those that are worse than Nnamdi Kanu are still living in Nigeria, yet nothing is being done to them. Detaining Nnamdi Kanu does not make things worse out in Nigeria. Yes, you are right. His release will bring over peace in the southeast. Please, let our leader go. Okay. So guys, these are some reactions by Nigerians. Kindly share your thoughts below. Session. Thank you.